All right. Good morning, folks. Or not good morning. That shows you how damn tired I am. Good afternoon. And there's the nosy one right there. So I'll just put him there. See? See what you look like, Chong? Alright, well, I figure you could see him being nosy. I'm gonna go ahead and I was doing some banking, getting some of that crap done in my life. You know how banking could be sometimes. But oh, Sean, why does your hair get in everything? Oh, you're finally doing something cute, Chong. But yeah, my day started with Mr. Chong. He just right when I came through the damn door, he decides we're going to the park because he wants to poop at the park. So I did my little post for. I like to do afternoon posts as I have to on Facebook and Instagram and the other networks too. So I got all that done. Then I shot you guys one too because I guess you guys are my new friends. I don't know. I guess this is the way it is in the world. Because I can't deal with Facebook live streaming no more. They're too complicated. Anybody that complains about YouTube is crazy because I want to say live streaming at Facebook. There's 1,000 rules. I mean, I know some people over here don't like some of the stuff, but there are 1,000 rules over there. They made me take down a reel once because they didn't like the way I phrased something. It was crazy. Oh, I got people already. Look at this. You guys are awesome. I'm not used to seeing people repeat people. Generally, no one ever goes on Facebook, so if it's not about animals, I generally don't go over there. But I have so much animal stuff I do over there, I have no choice. But you are what? India. Oh, you mean from? Okay. No, I'm from the United States. I haven't actually went anywhere that cool. I'm just here in Ohio, United States. That's it. All right, hang on. Oh, you know what? I don't know how to clean these. And the husband's always bitching at me about it. He says if I'm gonna smoke out of it, clean it. But I don't know how to, and then I'm clumsy, so I'm gonna make him do it. But hello, because that's how I am. I just wait. I just dirty it up and wait for him. And he already knows it for like 10 years. This is what I do. So he just shakes his head and cleans it. So he'll clean it when he gets home. It says, "You come, India, Indian." I have no clue what that's supposed to mean. I thought I knew a lot about English, but I have no clue what that is. Well, I don't know. That sounds crazy the way that's phrased, because I don't know what the heck that means. Oh, jeez. Okay. This has problems sometimes. Sometimes I be doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Oh, the UK. I really have a thing for the UK, and I really wish I had citizenship over there. I think people in the UK are really cool, and I'm a Harry Potter fan. I enjoy Harry Potter like more than I need to enjoy Harry Potter. And I really think it's cool and awesome that I like Rod Stewart. He's one of my favorite artists. And Ozzy. They both are over there in the UK. Ozzy, I think, got citizenship over there. I don't know for sure, but I know he has a house over there. I do know that because he'll leave the United States and do that, but it's damn shame what happened to Ozzy. He has some kind of Parkinson. I don't know, something where he fell and hit his head. I know that in the bathroom. And then something happened. I think he got I want to say Parkinson's or something, but he's had a problem where he shakes and walks, so I think it's Parkinson's. And he fell, and they thought he died when he hit his head, but you know, Ozzy, he bit the head off a bat. And honestly, in all my years living, I haven't seen anything cooler than anybody biting the head off a bat in concert and going to the hospital and living. I don't know. And it was alive. He just bit it while it was alive. That's what he did in the 70s. I mean, I think out of everyone in the world, Ozzy Osbourne has to be the coolest person that ever lived. All right, what's your thoughts on this saying? Once you go, I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. I know it's something sexual, but you always stay tight. Well, I don't know. If we're discussing penis sizes, honestly, I'm in medical. I think I see more naked than I see people with clothes. So it is true that people that are usually not white do have bigger penises, but sometimes the people that aren't white don't have a big penis. So I don't know if it really matters. I think it goes by genes. And I want to say by this time, with everybody just having sex and keep having babies, there's Caucasian in everybody now. And there's other things in everyone. It's so small and minute. The dominant gene is generally the parents. But every once in a while something pops up. I know when I was God, when I was younger there was a famous couple. Famous, and they were both of dark skin, and they didn't know about this anomaly that you can, like, two persons of one color can have a child of another color. And it went public, and they were like, and I forgot exactly what they did. They weren't entertainers. They made a shit ton of money, like producing and stuff. They were multi-million billion people with the net income. And anyways, they were. It was two black, a nice black couple. And anyways, they had a white child, and the thing was, is he accused his wife of cheating on him, and not. And what made it worse that they had a white child, they actually the baby had blonde hair and blue eyes, and they both were real dark, not just lighter, just real dark. So and it went on the news. And he filed for divorce and just everything. So they had all these doctors come in and do DNA tests and all kinds of stuff, and it was his kid. And he goes, "How did I have?" And it was almost, the child was almost albino. It was whiter than me, the baby. So he couldn't figure it out. But the team of doctors said there was somebody like way back in the family. I think they still ended up getting a divorce because he publicly humiliated her in front of like everybody, and they never got back together. But he was sorry about it. So I think everybody has a little bit of everything. It's in the gene splicing world. It's so small. It's not even a percentage. Some of them, they're just. Hang on. It's okay, Chong. My dog's afraid of my cat. I have issues in my world. But I guess that's the answer to that question. Genetically, we are actually. Carl, hang on. Get. You're a good boy, Chong. I know, and you're the biggest baby, too. But I'm back, and I'm going to take another rip and see if there's another question. But I do a lot of motivational quotes and stuff over at Facebook. I do a lot of dog stuff, but I try to like do inspirational things for, I guess, I don't know what the hell you would call it, but they don't like my poetry over there. So my darker stuff I had, they always, I don't know, it was always bad stuff. So I switched it up and I do a lot of motivational stuff now. And that's why I don't live stream. But I just started. I noticed you guys liked my one that I put over on Instagram. So I ended up sharing it over here. But that's part of my job too. Because I've actually worked for Facebook a lot. And probably longer than over here. So sometimes I just do things as I just been on there for so long. It's been like 2 years actively, and I figured I am getting a little better at it. Do you do manifesting? I can't even figure out what that is. What is that? Is that when you kind of set a goal and you see yourself doing it? Is that what manifesting is? I'm just asking because sometimes I don't. I'm more work oriented, I guess. And I'm always thinking of work stuff all the time. I don't just, it's just the way I am. But I know that some people say if you put the energy towards it, it, I guess, comes to being together or whatever. But I don't know. I'm not sure about all that. I think maybe you like I don't know. I'd have to research it. I don't know if it gives off vibrations or what it does. But I always hear about people doing that. But no one's ever explained to me the physics behind manifesting. You manifest things to get it in your life. I done it and it works. Well, what if you manifest something crazy like getting $1 million? Does the next week do you get $1 million? Now this would be a good manifesting. I'm just saying. I mean, maybe I'm thinking manifesting helps you clear your thoughts and maybe balance yourself. But I'm not all sure if that itself is the reason that happens. That's why sometimes my friend Carla always says that. You manifest your daughter getting a house and oh, maybe is I mean, maybe if that is true, it probably is. Maybe is prayer kind of like manifesting, like when people pray for like hours, which I don't know. I don't have the I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I have the attention span to pray for hours, but would it have the same effect, I guess? Would be the question. Because I always wonder if people are manifesting when they're praying. When my mom had me go to church every week, and because my dad refused to go, these guys just sit there and they pray and they pray and they don't stop praying. And I thought that was a lot of praying. And that was only for like an hour or something, a Catholic mass. But dear God, I was looking at one of the videos over here when they were by, I think, the mosque or whatever, the big stone. They pray for a long time. I give them a lot of credit. I don't know if I could stay by that stone and pray for that long. Staying through a Catholic mass, I was just ready to just jump out of a window. I couldn't take it, but I had to go every week because I went to Catholic school. Oh, are you from my Instagram? Oh, because I don't know. Sometimes I feel I only got 200 some people. At least I have over 6,000 on Facebook. But I'm trying to work on my Instagram because it seems like really cool people have a nice Instagram, and my Instagram I've been working on. I've been trying to make it cool, like I call my YouTube channel the library. This is why you see random stuff everywhere. Because I like to think if something happened to all the other channels, I still have access to my videos. Oh, well, thank you. Because you know, all the money, if I possibly get it, is because I want to get my own dog shelter. And I want to have it Chong the dog with my dog's picture. And I want to make a no kills shelter. And I want to, like, if I was to ever have any actual money that I could buy one of these places, I had to buy the land. And I want to take in the stray animals. And I want to actually train them, especially the dogs. And I was thinking about it. People can't afford service dogs. And I know I have one and I train my own dog, which I guess is hard to do. So I was thinking there's volunteers in my community that probably help me too. And I want to do like a prototype thing, but I would probably need a lot of money for that. I would need half of Mr. Beast's money, so that would be not for a long time. But I was thinking of rescuing like the pit bulls and the bigger dogs that the shelters like to kill and just getting them trained. And then maybe if there's somebody in the community that's autistic or blind, have people just come help me and train them to be a service dog. And then you pay $1,000 and your dog could actually go on an airplane with you. And I wouldn't even charge for people to adopt them. It would be free. They would have an application process, I was thinking. Because by that time, the dogs would be my friends. So I don't know. It would just take a lot of money. I mean, I know I'd get volunteers, but it would be buying the land because if I probably a lot of around here, everybody's getting rid of their big dogs, like their pitties and stuff. I can have one section, and I want to like buy land because I want to put a big fence up, and I want the dogs to run free because I noticed in I think it was New York. Yeah, it was New York on Facebook. He like I want the police. I follow the police dogs. They're starting to take pitties, and it was a police dog. It was a pitty, and they're making pit bulls service dogs now. So I'm thinking, why not? I mean, if pit bulls now could be police dogs, why can't they be service dogs? So all the pit bulls, instead of them people training them wrong, so they get, reacting different and they get hurt. Put them in a place they're not going to die, and you could, if you give them certain training, they could be good for the community. And I think people just don't give dogs enough time and credit. They just put them in a room, and just like my dog had issues with the dog outside, he got nervous. Every time he had an accident when he was a puppy, he got nervous. So I just made a was part of my living room. I don't have carpeting. And I got this training rug, and you just go and you soak it or rinse it out, and it takes the pee out. And then I put one of those disposable pads on top, and it took them longer to get used to going to the bathroom. But I noticed that most dogs, where they get screamed at when they're going to the bathroom, they get like nervous problems and they shake. I really noticed that. So if you are training a puppy, I mean, it took Chong a while, but I actually like having two options with it, because if I'm at work, you figure that's 8 hours. Would you hold your shit in for 8 hours? Yeah, me too. Yeah, I don't like it either. That's why I always said if I won the lottery, you would just see me with like thousands of dogs. I would be the person buying land for dogs. I really would. I go to all these shelters, and the one before they die, I'd get all the dogs they're about ready to kill, and I literally would come home with all these dogs and cats. I really would. I would have everything, and they would just wonder why I'm getting all the land, and it would just be for the dogs. But I feel if I was able through 5 social medias to gather that kind of money, and I don't need a lot of money. I don't really care about buying things. Just as long as I have a little house somewhere, I don't care. But if I create enough of these in every city, and people actually, I was even telling my friend that about this food shelter for the dogs. I wanted to be the only dog shelter that has food. So, like, if you don't have dog food, so instead of your dog starving, you could actually get free food. And all you got to do is go there, like we would go to a food bank. I want to create a food bank for dogs. And I think that would be nice. And then it can run on donations. Like if they wanted to, they could just bring food to the dog Chong the dog food bank. See, that would probably be easier. And then Plan B would be the all the shelters, because I would have to carefully, because if I get big dogs, I have to have certain kind of trainers, and I would have to get with the city, because when you have big dogs, the German shepherds and pit bulls, and my God, I might even get a Corso, one of those, the biggest ones that the pit bulls are afraid of. If I get a lot of those, I'm definitely going to have to talk to the city and have provisions on it. So that would just be a business headache, but maybe by that time I would have enough money to maintain them. Because that's kind of my goal, to maintain these. And I'm hoping when I die, whenever that happens, that if I can get at least the food shelters for the dogs going, and then not even, it wouldn't be food, it would be everything, like dog clothes, all donations, puppy pads, and maybe just have a couple people, like if they have questions about their dogs, that kind of know a little bit about dogs because they have dogs, and things like that. And I feel the world might be a better place because I'm hoping. Yeah, I would love to start a dog shelter. I mean, this is how basic I am. I would. And honestly, I feel bad for these farmers, especially over here in Ohio. Some of these farmers, they struggle with the corporate farming, and the corporate farming, you see families and businesses going under. And the thing is, corporate is abusing the animals. The cows are getting treated inhumanely, and they're our source of food, and they don't ever get a peaceful moment. And the pigs are kept in cages, and they got a nurse in a cage and don't even get to look at their kids. And this is the world we live in. I mean, how cruel is that? You don't even get to look at your kid, and then they just take your kids away. I mean, these animals are being treated horribly, horribly. And I don't know. All I know is I seen a thing on Facebook where they were showing the cows, like a pile of cow heads, and you seen bloody tears in all of them. I'm wondering if these tears are if the cows are crying before their head gets chopped off. I mean, it doesn't seem like they get treated very humanely. So I don't know. I've been trying to get plans, but I'm hoping to make my mark in the world with animals, and I want to call the cause um, Pause for Hope. That's what I want to kind of do. And I want to just have it under all for Pause for Hope. And then this way, anybody can join Pause for Hope. I mean, it would be easy to start food pantries for animals. It would be. It would be so easy. You don't have to worry about a lot of land. You would rent a space, and it wouldn't be that bad. Or even now, it'd probably be better. You could just mail it out. And then, so what? If somebody, I don't know, sells it, hopefully an animal eats it. It's not like a human's going to eat the bag, and who cares? You know? But I try to think of these global issues because I would hate that my grandkids would have to see these horrible people that hurt all these animals. And if you can hurt an animal, you can hurt a human. I feel if people would try to embrace, I guess, the compassion you'd have to be a pet owner, they would probably be a little nicer. Because some people really aren't nice. Oh, you agree? They're not. They're so superficial. Everybody sits there, like my one friend. She put on Facebook how her boyfriend got her a Michael Kors purse, and it's like, what the fucking do? You got a purse. I have this crazy looking purse because I go on dog walks, and then if it ends up in the mud, I just take my the doggy bags out, and I throw it in the garbage. So I mean, and that's the first thing she posts, as her nails just was done at the salon. And I was like, jeez. But sometimes these are the people that are my friends all the time. This is my life, I guess. I have bougie friends. They get Coach purses, Gucci this and that. I don't want none of it. If it's clean and it looks like it matches, that's all I'm concerned about. I really am. I don't be doing half of the stuff they do. Oh, I don't think that's gonna be a problem. Me flirting with you in a dog shelter. I'm literally. I guess I'm just done with that part of my life. I already have two kids, so and they're doing their thing. I'm actually, as my older son says, I can't I can't not be busy. He thinks it's insane that I got a YouTube channel, and the fate I started out over there, he thought my Facebook thing was insane, and then I kept getting more and more, and he was like, "Mom, you're crazy." He goes, and literally when he doesn't call me, my face is everywhere, so it just torments Brandon. It really does. And then I actually sent him a picture in his messages, and it was funny. And then I was like, "Did you forget I look like you?" Messaged back, "How could I forget?" He goes, "You're on five things of social media." He go, and he's in my groups. He's in my Chong group. I think that's the reason I like Facebook so much, and it's insane why I like it. It's because my group's over there, and in my group is most of my friends. So, and my friends told me that they don't want my group getting shut down. And it would be very sad if it did, and I hear about it at work all the time. So, I do actually like motivational sayings, but I've been getting a lot of different editing materials. So, sometimes it's okay to pre edit. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm Michelle Hangs over on Facebook with the check mark. And when you go look for my Facebook group, there's only like 170. I think it's 178. I only have 178 people. That's all I have. My numbers are really low, but I have it this way because I don't want fake people in my group, and my friends are in my group. And I do most of my communication through my group. It's always through Chong. It's not through Chong because I have six. I have Chong, and it has me and Chong's picture on it. I'm not allowed to take friend requests. Facebook doesn't allow that for digital creators. Once you're on the payroll, they don't like they don't like friend requests. They actually put me. I got in trouble for they won't let them go through no more. When you have over 3,000 people, you're not allowed to have a friend request. They usually just promote me. And since Facebook is a business setting, they actually don't care about my advertisement. Well, I like Facebook for the business part because this is how I'm going to get my money for Pause for Hope. Because I don't see any money coming over here for a long while. So I honestly don't, because from what I hear, some people are on here 5 years finally making money. So I do my advertisements, and I am getting more here. Oh, you got 2,000 friends? Yeah, I'm not allowed to have friends. I'm only allowed to have followers. I've been getting a lot of followers over there. but I have to do so many things to maintain my check mark because when you're meta certified, they have requirements of you. They're like your boss. They send you little messages saying how many, they want another inspirational, or they want this, or they want that. So, and really, the apps I have, if you're a clever editor, you can get the cheaper ones and work with it. Well, yeah, I can follow you. I'm allowed to do that. But everyone always gives me friend requests and they think I can and I can't. It's when I got super popular over there on Facebook and I kept getting net followers. I think those are the people outside the network because I get a lot of followers. When I gain a follower from Instagram, I think it counts as a net follower over there. So, well, what is your Facebook profile? I mean, generally has your first and last name. I mean, there's millions of people on Facebook, but generally it's honestly just for a business. If you see, as long as it's not one of those sex people. One of these sex people followed me, and their stuff scared me because they have that other side of Facebook. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's hard finding people on Facebook, and honestly, a lot of sex people like to follow me. I don't know. And I don't really follow them on Facebook sometimes because I don't want to. I was getting some crazy videos coming through every day. I generally follow a lot of on Facebook the animal people. I do like the dodo over there. Oh, you're a nice guy. You seem like a nice guy. People seem very nice over here. On Facebook, they have the other part of Facebook where it's the sex part, and you get a lot of perverts over there. There's one person, he's a Middle Eastern guy. He did a reel with me in a wedding dress. And I was thinking to myself, what the fuck? And I was like, whatever, I don't care if people remix my stuff. I don't. But he had me in a wedding dress, and then he joined one of my Chong groups. But he never joined the right one that I actually communicated. He did my one of my goth groups or something like that. I think, and I have a family. I think it was the family style group he joined. But anyways, he puts this reel out of me in a wedding dress with one of my editing things because I do a lot of morning, evening, and stuff with my little reels. And I'm like, OMG, because I won't message him back. I'm afraid, he can try to bring me in for human trafficking. I mean, he already got some reel out there, but I didn't take it down from the Chong group. I don't really give a fuck. I mean, there's only like I think 50 people in the group. I mean, nobody cares. I'm not that popular like that. But it was just creepy. But these are the kind of people that follow me on Facebook besides my friends. Because I'm not even allowed to follow my friends. They actually have to follow me for to be able to communicate with me and me to get their reels. It's crazy. But this is why Facebook Messenger went bye bye. I disabled it. I can get generally if Facebook wants to get a hold of me, they send it on my professional dashboard. And I'm okay with that because I don't want them messaging me, and I will just deal with them on my professional dashboard, and that's it. They let me know when I could what they need, but they know I won't respond to them. Oh, I just have one. And the only reason I got Chong because I was in an apartment, and it was because Chong was in a corner and he was starving. And he was like the run of the litter, and I felt so damn bad. And my friend was like, "Please, you gotta take the dog." And I was like, "I don't know. I live in an apartment. I don't know what. I don't know." So we went back and forth, and then finally, I was like, my husband loves dogs, so I brought it home. So I brought Chong home, and he said he always wanted a black lab and a shepherd mix. And I was like, "Well, you got one now." And I literally knew he'd be expensive because we had to go bring him to the vet and everything. Yeah, huskies are nice. I actually like that. My one friend from work, she's getting a fence put in her yard, a tall one. She has one of those huskies that look purebred, and it looks really cute and noble. That's what I like about them. They look noble. But whatever pet I get, I don't ever know what I'm getting. The only reason I have this pet, it's because it lands in my doorstep. So I never knew I was getting a dog till it lands in my doorstep. So probably once we get things together and and next year we get into this house, that's when another dog will hit my doorstep. I let the animals choose me. I don't go out and get them. I'm big on your animals should actually like you. And if I rescue an animal or help out an animal and they really like somebody else better, I give them that animal because I feel that why should animals have to be with people they don't like? It's shouldn't they have the same rights as people? Animals act better when they're around people they like. And I feel that's why animals act out because people don't think about these kind of things, but I do because just think, put yourself in their shoes, and I believe that people would probably have way better results with their animals. And I do. I put myself in the animal shoes all the time. They will, but I'm used to dealing with cats. I'm usually the cat lady. And my friend, when we were staying at our other house, I was babysitting her cat because she was in the middle of moving. And then she fell in bad times and had to move and this and that. So I had her cat and I had all this litter. So we ended up returning the cat, and I literally told everybody cats are real specific about who they like. And people looked at me like I was crazy. So when the kittens came by, I wasn't keeping. I did eventually keep one or two, but and found them all nice homes. But I told them that I let the cats decide, and the cats decided who they wanted, and people just adopted them because I said I'm not. Cats are very funny like that. But I am a cat lady for real. I am. I love cats. My favorite cat I was looking at. It's called a Maine Coon. It's on one of my Facebook groups that I guess we kind of all sponsor each other. I help them, they help me, and it's the Maine Coon Society. They have this cat, and I was telling my husband about it. You got to be prepared for this cat. It's a descendant from a lion, and it's huge. This cat is like, I want to say they get up to 150 pounds, but they are just fucking awesome. They look like little tiny lions. But I want to say they have big teeth. I could get a hold of one of these Maine Coons, and they're always rehoming them. To go through the Maine Coon Society, you actually have to go through applications, and they rehome them because they're like the new kind of cat to have. It's almost like having a cat dog. So I got to find out what they eat, and it's like a domesticated lion, I guess, literally, and it's one of the biggest cats you can have legally. But they come in all different colors, and they're so cute. I just don't know. I would have to get a baby Mancoon so they wouldn't fight with Chong, and I would have to have, and they go outside literally to pee and poop, so they would get along with your dog. They're really cool as fuck. And probably when I get a lot more room and I'm able to have my cat dog and my dog, I think well, these Maine Coons can get pretty nasty. Like if someone broke in your house, I think the dog and the Maine Coon would work together. And that's probably going to be my next pet. You are 48 from. Oh, okay, you're 48. And you got cute two cats. Yeah, I had a cat for when I was married before it. When we got married, Stumpy was like, I don't know, he was like 8 or 9. And then after we broke up and everything, because it was such a long time we were together, Stumpy was like 20 something, almost like 22. And he left Stimpy with me, but I ended up bringing Stimpy to his brother's house, and I said, your cat should die with you. So he stayed with him, and he stayed with his cat while he died because he got mad and told me to keep the fucking cat. And I was like, no, this is your cat. Cats are real funny about who they're with and not with. And I was like, you need. And then he realized he was an asshole, and then he apologized, and Stimpy ended up dying there like a year later. So I think he made it to 23. But yeah, if you see these Maine Coons, they're really cool, but they're very exotic pets. So I want to say they would be expensive. They probably would have to cook for these guys because I don't know, or there has to be special diets and food because cats and dogs are like two different. I don't know if the Maine Coon would eat Chong's food, or maybe they could eat the same food. I don't know. But I run into being over there and dropping videos all the time. I see lots of stuff. But the Dodo group is so sad. I always see these poor. I never knew that dogs can stay alive and barely have any weight on them like this. I mean, they really are survivors because I think if I looked half as bad as some of these dogs they rescue, I would have been dead. I don't know. Maybe they got really good immune systems. Two other cats years ago. I was kicked by a horse. Oh. Oh, wow. Was that this all happened to you? The neighborhood dogs and all that? I know in Cleveland over where the like in the I want to say not the not so nice area. There's a lot of pit bulls on the loose, and I guess they attack some kids or something. I don't know. This is why I need to get this Chong the dog pet shelter going because I feel if we try to get some of these pit bulls they got running loose in the inner city and put them to good use and try to bring them a nice home, it might make them a little happier. But I guess my friend told me they did it in Chicago. Uh, my friend at work. I'm always there, but I guess in Chicago, when she lived, they did had a program kind of like that, and she said it worked. And I feel these inner cities are just getting very riffraffed, and children and animals are suffering, and I don't like when either suffers. So this is why I'm trying to do pause for hope because it really personally bothers me. Yeah, I think everybody does. Everybody, when I got Chong, told me, "Oh, did you smack his ass yet?" And I said no. And they was like, "What do you do?" And this is what I do to Chong. I squirt him with water. I always raised cats. I have never raised really a dog by myself. My parents had dogs, but I never really seen the training because they trained the dogs. So when Chong was puppy and I rescued him around 2, 3 months old, he was almost 3 months. I mean, he was so new in the world, he didn't know anything but me. So when I got mad at him, I squirted him. And then when he did something really bad, I would take his favorite toy and put it in the cage. I never even put him in the cage. I literally put his toys in the cage because I didn't know how you would have time out with a dog. So I just took everything he liked and I put it in the cage. And then I'd like to clean a lot. So when I started cleaning the house, I would just find all the little toys and he would hide them. And I don't like clutter, so I just kept going around the house and gathering up his toys. And then when he was really bad, when he was like a year old and being crazy, I I literally took everything he liked that was his, and I packed the entire cage, and I left it like that for a day. But I never touched him. A hand was never laid on him. He just looked at the cage for an entire day, and he was sad. And I would not open the cage and give him any of his toys for an entire day, and that bothered him, and he started listening. And then every once in a, and if I had issues with him, I would squirt him with water, which is crazy because he's a black lab, so they love the water. But yeah, I recommend just make them sad, but do it in a humane way with a squirt bottle, or hold their or just take their toys and put it in the cage and hold them hostage. And if they did something really horrible, keep those toys in the cage for a couple days, and every time he would start doing the same activity over that I did not want him to do, I would squirt him. And my everybody thought we were crazy by doing that, and it worked. And my friend that raises German shepherds, she told me the only reason it works is because he knows I'm mad. And that's okay. If squirt bottles work, then I think it's the best thing because these dogs go through hell sometimes when they're trained inhumanely. And it makes them mean because they go through so much abuse, they think it's normal. So I treat him like I treated my kids, and that's it. And he listens to me. I have lots of squirt bottles, and when they go on sale, I get a couple more. So, but go ahead and ask your question. I got the cards out. Oh, okay. That happens. I love haunted houses. I lived in a haunted house and it was great. I just actually seen the spirit. She was really cool. I think she kind of moved on after we moved here. She followed me here because I asked her to. Because they were selling the house we were renting in. So, anyways, I remember she was in a white dress and she was always so sad. She fell down the stairs where I lived. Do you see Tony calling me in August? But yeah, I'll tell you my haunted house story. I lived in this house for 8 years and I'm done with this reading. You did a what? Oh, a EVP. I just see him. But Miranda was really cool. She really was. She actually saved my life. I'll tell you how that. All right, we got Troy. All right, we'll see what path Troy's in. Because, I mean, there is nobody on this earth that can actually tell you what someone's thinking. And if anybody does, they're not being truthful. Let's put it that way. Troy is in a full moon eclipse. And that means he's very confused. It's a confusion card. The eclipse kind of brings out everything, bad and good. So he's kind of in a place where his energy is kind of all over the place. So that's where he's at. In the two tests that he needs to, the two things he needs to do to get out of that path, I guess we're just going to say, it makes more sense saying it that way, is the waxing moon. And what this is he's taken all of his energy, using it for crazy stuff, and he's not recycling it and trying to make it good, and he loses all of it, which means he never gets to his goal. So it's almost like he's trying to drive a car with no gas all the time. So he seems like he's not very enlightened to me, I'm picking up. And sometimes I don't feel he's a good person. Sometimes he has crazy thoughts. Sometimes they're not nice thoughts. And I think that's when he loses his energy, when he has a not nice thought. And this happens. That's why you always try to, if you have a bad thought, you try to counteract with a good thought to try to make the bad thought go away. Or whatever, a bad thing. But he also has to go through a full moon of Virgo because deep down, he doesn't think he's good enough for something. He has self-doubt. It's a self-doubt card when the full moon's in Virgo. So he's having self-doubt and he's constantly exerting all of his energy towards wrong things. I feel if he maybe finds himself a little bit, maybe in August, but I feel if he does call you, it's only going to be because he ran into some kind of trouble, or there's going to be something where he needs you to help him with something. But that's what I'm picking up on Troy. Possibly August, maybe middle. Possibly, I'm thinking. Or maybe late August. It could be that too. So that's what I'm thinking. I would say middle to end and expect a favor, where he's going to ask you a favor about something. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be money wise. It could be anything, because I just see a lot of stuff he's going through. But I think you'll be okay. Just beware that he's going to have a lot of drama coming with him in August. I like to run away from drama personally. Oh, okay. You don't mind the dead. Oh, okay. Oh, hi, Rue. Well, you're just in time for my auto house story. This is when I don't know what the fuck happened. It's like an old story that is in the family that nobody can explain. They were fixing my front porch, and we had a lady, a girl that was in my house, but she was dead. But she died there, and I lived in a God, what do you call them? The historic house. But the only reason it didn't have a label for a historic house was because it was renovated. Once they're renovated, they can't be thing. But anyways, this girl fell down. Her dad threw her down the stairs, and she broke her toe and fell and broke her neck. And I guess the dad was, not right in the head, and the mother was in grief. I believe the mother ended up hurting herself too. I don't know exactly what the details were, but the mother died in the house too. And the father was the last to go. So there was a lot of things that always moved or whatever, but I see dead people all the time, so I don't care. But anyways, I never really seen her dad that much, but I believe he probably died in the house too. And it was just one of these old fucking houses, and the electricity was usually bad half of the time. And I went to go give the guy water downstairs because he was doing the front porch and it was hot out. And I felt like something pushed me, and there was 20 stairs. And I literally had to I have a broken finger here because of how it impacted. I had to take my neck, and the whole side of my neck, it felt like a feather holding me up. But I literally hit the wall so hard, right by the door. I heard things crack, and then my bone literally went like this and that, and I had people from work looking at my finger, and it was really fucked up. They got it like this, so it's not too bad, but they said this is the best it's going to get. I went to work therapy because they got therapy there. But anyways, I believe that was either, I think that dark entity could have been her dad. But it was so funny when I was sitting up, everybody don't know how I didn't have a neck injury. Because even with my finger being broken, I should have had a neck injury and I never did. So I'm thinking Miranda helped save my life. So I invited her to haunt me here. And she does, but I like it. She's my friend. She's cool. But the only thing is Miranda goes to all my neighbors' houses, and But I figured she could have a staying instead of staying in the house that she was murdered in. It would be nice to go to a different house. So I don't know, for some reason, she was able to attach herself to me because I wanted her to. But I guess a lot of spirits sometimes can't when they're in a loop. But somehow she was able to by some kind of rules, and she saved me. So she's cool as fuck. I like her. She's really pretty. She's about around 20 with blonde hair and blue eyes. And she has a nice, pretty white dress because I guess she likes this dress, and it is one of her favorite dresses her parents buried her in. But it was one of her favorite dresses, so she does wear it a lot. But when you see dead people, these things aren't weird to you. But she's still here, and I like her, and we do talk. She is good company, and she tells me a lot about my neighbors. She tells me what houses I to stay away from and a lot of stuff. But she used to play piano too. Very good pianist. But sometimes I talk to the dead more than the living, so I figured this is why I needed a YouTube channel. Joy has me so, oh, you're irritated today. She just is bottled up again. Not really texting or talking. She says is in a water park. Maybe this is what she wants, Rue. Maybe she wants to be able to do what she wants to do and not have to let you know what she's doing. I don't let my husband know everything I'm doing. I really don't. I mean, sometimes I might, if I'm taking money out of the bank, sometimes the only reason I tell him what I'm doing is because we got a joint bank account. But other than that, I don't. If my brother wants to come pick me up and take me out to lunch or take me somewhere, I don't call him. You know, if I know I'm going to be maybe late after he comes home or something, that's about it. As long as Chong's taken care of, he don't care, and I don't check in with him at all. Well, I mean, I don't talk to. There's not a lot of people that talk to everybody for all day. I'm married, and I don't really. We live together, and I think there was a day and a half I didn't talk to him. I mean, sometimes it's better to have less communication because when you're married and or together a long time, things get boring. You get there's nothing else to talk about sometimes. There really isn't. That's why sometimes you got to go with the flow. I just literally go with the flow and things just turn out for the best. So if she went to a water park, just act like you don't care. At least you'll know if she's gonna lie or not, or if it's a lie, or if she really did go. Just act like you don't care and say okay, and just see how she acts. Sometimes she could be just playing on seeing your reaction. She could be testing you. I mean, some people are bitchy like that. So, no, I don't speak Spanish. I wish, but no. I just honestly think she's just being a little bitchy. That's what 20-year-olds are. They're bitchy. And sometimes they're crazy bitches. They really are. They're the one, a 20-year-old is the one after, let's say, someone's women in their 20s, after they get divorced, they have divorce parties. I don't know if you heard of these, Rue, but they do. I had a friend, and I actually went to my husband. I go, so and so just got divorced. Should she be having a party? She got 3 kids. He goes, don't go to the party. And I'm like, I don't know if I should. Well, that's why she's doing it. I think she's trying to make you angry. I really do. I think she's trying to test you. Sometimes people like to see people suffer, and it's not a good quality, but usually bitchy women in their 20s do like to see people suffer. I have a 20-year-old that I work with at work. She's cool with me because she thinks of me like a mother type figure. But the way she talks about the guy she dates, she's really pretty. She has blonde hair and blue eyes and everything. She sits there and says their dick is horrible, and she laughs. She makes really horrible jokes about them, but then she's sometimes real sweet to their face. I mean, this is she could be doing this to you. I mean, I witnessed this. I work with younger girls all the time at work. I wouldn't I wouldn't actually, if you act like you're mad, she's going to do it more. She's acting childish. This is what children do for attention. She's trying to get negative attention. I would just text her, have fun, and maybe just go somewhere. Start. Do you have any like friends that you hang out with or whatever, or someone you could call? Maybe you could just go somewhere with your mom or something, or go to your parents' house and tell her you're going out with your friends. So I would that would be a good one. I'm going out with my friends and have her fun. Do you guys live together or separate houses? So that if you guys live together, there's not. I mean, if you're separate houses, there's a lot of stuff you can do to make her angry. But you gotta beat her at her own game. Is it? Oh, it's separate. Good. Well, tell her I will see you later. I'm going out with my friends, or something like that. Tell her you're going out. I hope you have fun. I'm gonna go out. And if she asks where you went, just ask her why she wants to know. I've done this to people. They hate it. And honestly, I just went out by myself out to eat. And I just told I forgot it. I think it was the kids. They were older, enough older to stay a couple hours by themselves. And they wouldn't, they were doing being assholes. But, anyways, I literally left and they asked me what I was doing. And I just asked them why they fucking cared. And they looked at me, they was like, Bob, well, that's horrible. You're a horrible person. I said, well, you're horrible for what you've been doing to me. I would just randomly leave, go shopping or go out to eat and tell them I was out with my friends all the time. I did this to my ex-husband a couple times. I mean, it really works. It makes them wonder what you're doing. And honestly, you can get lost in Walmart for like 2 hours and just getting stuff you need. You could pick up a Subway, and then shit, one of your friends might call, or sister, brother, and you go hang out with them, and don't give her a second thought. And when she asks, that's when you tell her, why do you fucking care? And it fucks with their head. It does, Rube. Trust me. My kids are pretty damn clever, and it fucked with their head. They told me I was horrible for doing that to them, and I told me they were horrible for what they did to me. You gotta play people at their own game. If you don't, they play you. So I guess there used to be the saying back in my day, you can't play a player. Well, you can literally if you're in the game. So be a player. Then she can't play you. I don't understand why she tries to make me mad or goes. Because she can, and she's toying with your emotions. It's called emotional warfare. The only way to fight against emotional warfare and actually win that battle and take victory of the war is to fuck with their head back. Make her interested in what you're doing. And honestly, unless she talks to all your friends, I mean, is she? You'll know. Maybe your friend will call, say, "Hey, Joy wanted to know why you weren't at dinner with me or whatever." Would you say? And then you got your answer. And then if she ever asks, if when she does, she will become interested in what you're doing. She just knows what you're doing, and you're putting too much of your business out there. When you show people you don't care, that's when they get way more interested in what you do. It sounds fucked up, but it's true. And I do that. I just go to work and I literally, I mean, I care about the patients, obviously, but the workers, not so much. But I don't, I literally sit there and when they talk their shit, I don't, I don't give a fuck. And I tell them this and I walk away and everybody is always interested and I always have the upper hand. And this is what you got to do. You got to take her, wheel her in, and pretty much that's it. If she does want to get back with you, she wants full control, Rube. This is what possessive people do. And people in their 20s are going to try to make you, she's trying to make you her man slave. She wants you to beckon at her every need. And then pretty soon she's going to try to get in your bank account. Pregnant, she's going to try to get pregnant. It happened to my son. So if you're worth anything of money, they will literally get pregnant because they don't really give a shit if they get pregnant or don't get pregnant, unless they're in college and they got an actual things. Well, I wouldn't. That's why I'm saying don't marry her, like formally, like legally. And this is how girls do this. And honestly, they'll keep a relationship going if they think it benefits them. And while they're doing this, they will look at other guys. I see this all the time with the nurses at work. So they do this. They're nurses and nurses aides, and they're doing this shit to guys all the time. And they're in their 20s and 30s doing this. They'll be with one person saying one thing, and then they turn around and do a whole other thing. There's people I've seen people being caught having sex at work that were married. I mean, there's a lot of fuck shit that goes on out there. And you got to be on alert. And I hear from them all the time that they really like this other person, but it's not working out, so they go back to the other one. And then they go and get pregnant by the other one, and they don't care if they stay together or not because they're going after child support. And my one friend, she gets $2,000 a month of child support from him. She broke up with him and slept with someone else, and she literally gets $2,000 a month, and I think she's getting an increase of $3,000 a month. And she talks about how horrible he is and how small his penis is, and sometimes posts about it. So you got to think about these things. Well, I mean, these people that talk like this are very nice, genuine women, also. If someone's treating you in this manner and not giving you respect, that means they don't care enough to give you the respect. And if someone doesn't respect you and you still kind of keep going back, it becomes a game to them and they think it's fun. And then they'll toy with your emotions, they'll tear your heart out, and it makes them feel better about themselves. And this is what a lot of 20-year-old girls do. And sometimes they're worse than the guys. When I was growing up, it was the guys that were horrible. That's why there was a whole women's movement that was done. An entire women's movement because men were assholes. Now men are really nice and women have turned into what men were. So I don't understand how that happened. Maybe it's every 20 years. It flip flops. Who knows? SMH. I have no clue what that means. I don't know abbreviations when it comes to. I know like laugh out loud and stuff, but I don't know some of these abbreviations like I should. I don't know basic things, but I can tell you really hard things or things you don't think anybody in the world would know. Well, that's what these asshole women do sometimes. And I am a woman saying this. I would actually like to have. I don't meet a lot of genuine, nice girls. And I see a lot of girls about 20 years old in my line of work in medical. And I'm telling you, Rube, most of them are assholes. But when if you would see them in front of other people, they act like the Virgin Mary. And I'm not. I don't lie. I mean, I stay in my own lane all the time, but they say a lot of fucked up shit. They say stuff that I think is crossing the line. I don't talk about people's private parts to anybody. I think that's inappropriate. If you're broken up or whatever, or you're having sex with somebody, I don't think they should be telling everybody about your business and your private parts and if you're good and bad or not. I mean, these women are openly discussing sex. And I guess I've heard from my sons that's really hard to sometimes have sex with someone that you don't like. So you guys go through all this effort to find someone nice to have sex with, and then sometimes they talk crazy. And they're not nice a lot of times. And I'm noticing a lot of 30-year-olds now are like this. So it seems like the 40 and sometimes the 40-year-olds. And now I have a friend that's like, God, she has to be a little older than me. I think she's 55. I don't know. She's maybe 55 or something. And you think she would be really nice, but no, she does some crazy shit. She just goes on all these different dates and And she's demanding as fuck. I just like, wow. A lot of people are disrespectful in the world, Rube, and you gotta sometimes protect yourself and just act like you don't give a fuck. And when you act like you don't care, you make you they show you could see the real them. I mean, me and my husband just keep it real. He does what he does. We obviously are in the same house. I'm not going to bother him if he's at work and my brother wants to go out to eat. Personally, I don't do these kind of, I just go, and if I want to order him something or whatever, I might text, do you want us to get you food from this restaurant, blah blah blah. But that's the only reason I would even do it. Because I feel that even though you're together, your whole lives aren't one. Because he wants to start pursuing rapping, and there's gonna be times I'm not gonna see him for a little bit. So it is what it is at that point. You know, and if I get to getting a damn dog shelter and stuff, and I can start all these no kill dog shelters, I'm gonna need you to volunteer for some pit bulls or some German shepherds to or something. I plan to get a lot of dogs in need. And I feel that there are going to be a lot of big dogs because those are the ones that are always being put down first. So, but getting to the point of that, it's just people are horrible in the world. And that's why I have Chong the dog and my Facebook and all that because I'm trying to hope that people get nicer. And I'm hoping they're going to be nicer by learning to be there for an animal, and it might help them be there for a human. And I might have to fix the humans to help the dogs because this is my main mission. I love the dogs. I love the dogs and the cats so much. I got to help the humans. We got to start, us humans got to start getting our shit together, figure out what we're doing in the world so they have a place to live. It's sad how they suffer when we don't have our shit together. We got all kinds of issues going on in the world, all kinds of issues, and you got these dogs half starving and here and there, and they're being tied to trees and shit. It's horrifying, and it's because the humans aren't fixed. So I'm trying to find a way to fix the humans. And the girl and some of these lady humans are not nice. I mean, I get along with a lot of people. Oh, I haven't seen you for a while. Dark. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen you for a while. I'm still a dark soul trying to help the humans over here. Oh, hello. How are you? I don't know if I'm helping. I mean, there's still animals dying everywhere, but at least I see a lot of groups over here on YouTube. And this one lady, Dogs Are Family, everybody has to subscribe to them. They're so awesome. I love them. They do such good work. They have all these videos and they take these ones here. You just wish you could go stop the games. The games will stop when she wants to stop. I love the art of war. To me, I love when people start fucking with me, that's game on, but we're two different kinds of breeds. She's just trying to be a bitch. This is what she's doing. And if you want to get her, you got to hurt her feelings. But in a way where she'll still sleep with you. This is the conflict you're having. You got to have the upper hand, Ruben. You don't have the upper hand. That's the problem. To get the upper hand, I've accepted I can only work on myself and control what's in my jurisdiction. No, people don't want to be fixed, but these animals, my dark friend, are being abused. And I feel that this is one of my superpowers. I see things through I connect with animals so at a deep level. I can feel their heartache at times. It's weird. After that damn moon eclipse, it came full frontal and I feel their pain. And when you can kind of see through the eyes of the innocent, which would be animals, you see a lot of pain and it makes me want to hurt a lot of people, I'll tell you that. How am I supposed to get. Well, Rube, they always say nice guys finish last, and this saying is because when a woman's being bitchy, they're testing you. But the thing is I see through this bitchiness, and you could hurt her feelings really easy by either getting a lady friend that you just are just friends with, and you go out to eat, or you start getting busy and make her wonder what you're doing. And until she cares about what you're doing or what you're doing or who you're doing it with, she's going to string you along and she's going to find some guy that treats her like shit and probably end up having sex with her. I mean, with him, if she's bisexual, girl or boy, whatever. But she's going to have sex with that other person and that person's going to treat her like shit. And that's possibly the person she might go for if she's acting like this. And it's horrible, but this is why people do this. So if you want to kind of wheel her in, you're just going to have to put a little wall on you where she can't get to your heart. And you need to change your attitude, switch it around. Don't let her make you feel bad. Take your energy. You need to suck it in. You need to not have her take your joy. She's taking your joy every day and she's having happy moments going, yeah, he's an asshole. I did this and this and look, he typed this. This is what she's doing. I mean, if I had somebody that was kind of worried about me and I knew we were getting back together, I would have enough things saying I would probably say okay, and then I would say, I'm sorry, I was busy, I didn't text you, or whatever. If she's not apologizing for any of these actions, she doesn't give a fuck. So if you act like you give a fuck, it's just she's feeding off your negative energy. And that's what she wants is your negative energy. She don't want your positive. So give her your negative energy. Maybe call her a bitch. Get in her face. I call people bitches and assholes to people's face all the damn time. I don't give a fuck. She tells me we're getting back together, but I know it's. I don't know. I would just let her, just do her and let her come to you. I mean, relationships aren't really that difficult. It's when the people actually want to be in it or she don't know how to be in one. It probably is. But I would still be on guard. You should never give your all in a relationship. Oh, my dark friend. Oh, you're an empath too? Well, I seen a lot in this moon. I was almost crippled with grief, and it wasn't even my grief this moon. I mean, I don't know if empathic. I just see through. A lot of times when I'm around these dogs, I can see through their emotions and stuff, and I just feel for them. And I'm trying to make the world a better place. I guess in a dark way, I'm trying to make it a better place. Sometimes you can use bad for good, and I'm trying to use bad for good right now. I don't know if I'm getting anywhere, but I do feel a lot of stuff and I feel bad, and I just try to take out grief in the world. Do you have hang on, Jupiter and Cancer or the house? I don't know. I mean, I studied science most of my life. All these kind of things that happened to me. My mother was a white, I guess you would call her an in between witch. I went to school. I didn't really read up on all this. So I don't know what I am. My mom said I had a dark aura. And then her friend said that dark doesn't always mean bad, it just means power sometimes. But people that can see auras really well, they seen mine and it's black, it's gold, and it's jade. Then they were all afraid. My mom would had this thing where she put like I don't know, her and her friend was psychic and they used to put like bubbles around me to make sure I was protected all the time. So I don't know what you would call it. So I don't know if what planets I'm aligned with or anything because I went to school and I just kind of focused on that. All this is like some kind of side ability that just kind of happened. It's crazy. But hang on, Rube. She probably does, but you got to realize when people are sometimes immature in their 20s, they act like children. And to put children in their place, sometimes you got to get nasty with people. I mean, when your kids are sitting there tearing up the house, you're not going to sit there and just say it's okay. Sometimes you got to get nasty about it, things. And you got to put down ground rules, and you have to do it with me and my husband have done it with each other. I've said these are certain lines you don't cross, and he has either certain lines I don't cross with him. So, I mean, it's not unheard of. So, I mean, sometimes you have to do that in life. And you got to tell her, we got to sit down and talk about guidelines. And you got to re-identify these boundaries or you're not going to have a healthy relationship. You're going around and around in a circle of torment is what you're doing. And you both are bringing upon each other, which makes it worse. I don't deal with circles of torment. If I'm at the end of some damn torment, I'm going to find a way out of that circle. That's all I know. And all these pathways, there's usually three pathways that lead to a circle. All right, hang on. It's astrology. I heard when you have sixth house placement, you feel things for animals and animals. Maybe I do. It sounds like you got more knowledge than this, my dark friend. All I know is I have death dreams. Oh, okay. Thank you, Miss Parker. I hope you like us, but I might. I don't know. I have death dreams. I do. I see the dead. I can see death. I have death dreams. I got it all, and I literally can sense pain a lot, but I can sense happiness. But mostly pain, I could feel really quick. So I don't know what I am. All I know is I got a black ass aura with jade and gold, and I don't even know what the hell that means. All I know is weird dead people are always trying to protect me. Sometimes they're dragons, sometimes they have different kinds of wings, and they're nosy as hell. I will tell you that, my dark friend. And I don't. I guess me being so scientific and with a love for the actual outer space, I have never explored this. I don't even know how to manifest my dark friend. I don't know. I just sometimes I doubt things, and my mom always says you shouldn't doubt things, but I doubt a lot of things. And I research everything if it's even when it's spiritual. Because I sometimes I doubt things are spiritual unless I see some kind of actual reasoning behind it. I didn't, but everybody keeps. I think karma is just. I think karma runs in a circle. Hang on, let me see what my friend Rube's doing. Rube's my angel, my dark friend. You know, Rube, you're my angel friend. Oh, hang on. I don't know. I have really bad cameras, but I got my angel friend that's Rube and my dark friend. I got angel friend and my dark friend. Now look at that. I got two friends over here, and 300 some other friends. I think I'm doing pretty good in the world, but it's making me careless. In the Oh, I do. I can see your aura, Rube. You're like a damn light bulb going off. You're like a sun. It's like your energy is so bright. It's like the sun. I actually know when you're on the stream because it gets a little like lighter because I see more energy. Sometimes they when I see like into the future, I can see faces and stuff, but mostly I see energy. And I can see like reasons for where the energy comes and goes and little things like that. But your energy is always so bright, and you have the happiest vibes I've ever seen. I have some. Sometimes I have some crazy ass vibes. Everybody says that I'm very scary to be around at times. My energy literally can go from really dark to really light. Your energy stays bright and angelic all the time. I've never experienced anybody that has had that kind of energy, but I guess I deal with more of the witch community here and there, so our energy's never that bright. It's generally holy people that are, and you have the energy of pretty much, I don't know, a priest that was actually a nice priest because I've seen some priests with a dark ass aura. Well, Joyce, do you see my aura? I do, my dark friend, and I like it. I see the dark rainbow in you. I see a lot of different colors and I see the dark rainbow. I feel you have. I feel that your soul is more from the dark. Some people's souls come from the dark, and it doesn't mean they're bad people. It just means that's where they start harnessing things. And I see the dark rainbow around you. I kind of see a little bit, but I see more of a dark rainbow. And that's really when that eclipse hit, my dark friend, that I literally I seen my birth, my death, that fucking moon when it came over, because where I live, well, in the part of the world I live at, it was there, and I had a really good view. I felt just crippled with. It was like, I don't know. It's like everything I ever felt or whatever came over me like I died. I was crying, and I'm watching this incredible eclipse that's only is going to happen maybe another 120 years. And I seen a lot of stuff. And I seen a dark rainbow right over it. It was incredible. It was the most romantic thing I ever seen. And you kind of remind me of the dark rainbow from when I seen the eclipse. But yeah, literally it's a dark rainbow all around you. It's very interesting. Are you have multiple personalities? Oh, okay. I mean, I don't. But I mean, I'm cool with that. I mean, it happens. I shape shift. Oh, well, good. Maybe you should come over here and get my daughter-in-law. How I that bitch has been getting good karma. My son's money's been being sucked up. They uninvited me to the wedding. Well, actually, she made it so impossible they might as well just uninvited me to this wedding. And she's relentless. She's a monster-in-law. She's horrible. I've been at war with her for a while. Well, I do know you're dark. People that are light do not have a dark rainbow. I do know this. I can give a dark rainbow when I want to protect stuff. When I'm doing protection spells, it always comes out in a dark rainbow. I can do that if I think about it enough. But I give out the dark rainbow, but I see the dark rainbow is literally around your soul. The dark rainbow, and it's all the colors of the dark rainbow, which means you're probably pretty powerful to have a dark rainbow around you. Of a royal house, I'm trying to pick out what spirit you are, my dark friend. I'm picking up something that has wings, but it's kind of like a dragon, but it's not. It's a little bit more skinnier, almost like a snake dragon with golden wings. That's what the kind of that's what I'm picking up. I mean, all right, hang on. Well, good. Then you got the right company, Rube, because I have been on a peace mission for a long time. I had a guy that did a rap song for me on Facebook. Oh, you are skinny. I had a guy did a rap song and he said Michelle just wants peace. And he did a whole reel of it on Facebook. Because when everybody said like, why are you doing this and all that, and I put in my profile for peace. And I'm one of the only people at Checkmark that actually have it in their file that I'm a blogger and I just want peace. So you're in the best company, and I'm literally over here trying to bring peace one way or another. I don't know if I'm bringing any peace. Sometimes I think I might be bringing more chaos and more confusion as I'm trying to bring peace. This is what happens when I bring peace. It's I don't know, I just start a wave and sometimes my energy just goes out so much. It goes in a weird chaotic way, but somehow it all works out for me. I shouldn't have been as popular I was on Facebook. I should not have. There's no way. I think there was some kind of divine intervention. There was some kind of fuck shit going for me to even get 6,000 people because I was just starting my editing, and my editing was not good. I was screenshotting stuff and putting poems on it. So, whatever kind of stuff I got, I think that's the only reason I had 6,000 people because it sure the hell wasn't because of my editing. I have learned to be a better editor, but when I started out, some of my videos over there on Facebook are shitty. Some of my stuff up here with the live streams that's 1 and 2 is some of my worst work, but I keep it there just for a log of how I improved. And I just don't give a shit. I mean, I know I make mistakes and everyone has room for improvement. Okay, let me see what my dark friend's saying. Oh, I've been pessimistic, my dark friend. I am the pessimistic queen. I am the queen of pessimistic over here. I'm just so tired of people being assholes that I'm just decided to go start to live stream because I am very pessimistic. I want to find out why people are tying dogs up to trees. I want to know why because I sometimes I want to like people more, but and I'm trying to meet people I actually like because looking at all this awful things, I really stopped at liking people. So, but you guys are you're renewing my faith in people. Because people do a lot of backwards, fucked up shit, and they're very greedy, and I don't like greedy people. Okay, let me see my angel friend over here saying. I mean, with me and Joy, you're kind of helping it. I hope so. I mean, I do have crazy views. Oh, hello. I do try to help you, Rube, but you gotta. I try to keep your head straight because I talk to, being in the medical field. I talk to all kinds of women, so I do know about these women, and I know how manipulative they can get. But I know how to piss people off and drive them towards you to find the truth. That comes from a military background because I come from a military family, so I'm very good at extracting truth. My dad did it in some kind of fucked up ways at war. I wouldn't tell you to do it the way my dad did it, Rube, but my dad used to extract truth in a lot of nasty ways. But sometimes he did it in good ways. And I was taught at a young age how to find out if someone's dying, find out what they do to make it tick, and how to torture somebody. Because you find this out in interrogations and military stuff. So this is why I could help you, Rube, with these kind of things because of the military stuff. I didn't even have to go to military to find out half the shit, and the husband has family in the military, so, and then my son went. It never goes away. I'm coming so lonely, and any time I see injustice, it makes me angry. Yeah, I do too. That's why I'm suicidal, my dark friend. It's just God won't let me die. I feel you. God literally will not let me die. I'm not going to die. I've come close to dying and I was hoping I was going to die, my dark friend, but he literally shows me injustice and stuff and tells me I got to help. You're not going to be able to die. If I can't die, you can't die. Well, I mean, you can't. Honestly, it's not. It's both of your situation. If she doesn't want to be in it like that, she's not going to be. So, okay. Are you new, Matt? Oh, hi. Oh, hang on. What the hell? Okay. All right. All right. I'm sorry. I didn't get to any questions. You know, you when your friends have catastrophes, that's how life is sometimes. Yeah, it does. I'm the oddest person. I thought I was the only oddball. I'm the cat lady that literally resurrected a cat because one of our cats died. I saved the ashes and I was so damn. I guess I was so brokenhearted. I wanted I wanted my cat back, but I didn't want him to be sick. So as I was in the back room and I did some crazy ass witchcraft and but it was very nice, nicely done. The cat that we were watching, she gave birth to a cat that looked exactly like the cat we had, and the father that she got pregnant with, it was impossible for this cat to come out. So, I mean, I guess technically I may have, or resurrected, gave a soul a different vessel. But yeah, I think I'm very odd. And I'm with you here. But I try to change the world and do good things by helping out. I mean, if I'm live streaming and I can help people out with their problems a little bit, at least it's something. Because I am a very odd soul, and but I do hate feeling hurt from the injustice and people that you're you're odd, but oh yeah, I am too. They call me the crazy. They actually give me my coworkers sometimes are scared to talk to me, and then I can like do shit with crystals. So I give them crystals sometimes, and then some of them that have the courage to talk to me, they'll ask me if I have a crystal for them, and if I really like them, I and I do like some of my workers. I'll give them crystals. But generally, once I kind of like weave them around and do everything I need to do, it has some kind of energy around it. So I only like to give it to my friends. Oh no, I'm not. You're not alone. I'm probably a little bit weirder than you. I want to say I dream of when I have death dreams. It's usually in the distant future, and I'll try to warn people of their like impeding death if I feel it's because that's what happened to my mom. I had a dream she was gonna die for an entire week. How she was gonna die, and she wouldn't go to hospital, and I was like 19 years old. And my mom literally just she died the exact way I dreamed she was gonna die a week later. I don't enjoy having dreams like that. It fucked me up for 10 years. It was horrible to foretell my own mother's death and then having to dream it for a week and then to know my mom didn't go to hospital, and I kept telling her go to hospital. I feel that something happened with your. It was like because I remember she was shaking on the toilet every time I seen it, and she went and go to doctors, and then a week later she just shook on the toilet and thought she had gas, and she died. She died of an aneurysm right then and there. I don't know if it would have changed the outcome, but some people have listened to me and I've given them like protection stones. Like usually I do the black ones because you got to use dark magic for that. And magic is only energy, so you to hold dark energy you need darker stones. It kind of takes the integrity and it doesn't work as well if it's a lighter stone. But I like there's a couple times I gave somebody something like that, and the thing when I give somebody like that, if they do it in a bad if they use it in a bad way, it could turn on you. I have them to where they'll protect you as long as you're being truthful and you're doing it because you're generally a good person. Other than that, it just kind of exposes the truth to people. So that's why I just don't. If I do give a crystal, I mean, I always tell people they can't turn on you if you're doing the wrong, if you're like doing some crazy shit. Because I'm not, even though I'm a darker soul, it doesn't mean that I'm a bad person. And I like to actually help people. So if I see that you're doing stuff not to help people, the crystal sometimes will just make your life difficult until you start becoming a better person. But this is what they do. But I am weird. But everybody tells me I need to accept my weirdness, and I do. I embrace it. I think that's one reason I look younger because I feel that I was dead. I mean, I was in ICU twice. I really was, and I did actually. They had to do the paddles and everything twice, and I have dreamt my death a couple times, but I keep coming back. It's weird. It is, but I don't know. Sometimes I think God makes bad decisions. I have seen God, but sometimes I don't agree with all of his decisions. And I don't understand. I feel anything that has that much power that's never questioned and everybody prays to them all the time. I don't know if he personally just knows all the answers or just he has so much power no one wants to argue with him. I don't know. I have my reservations. I don't dislike God, but I don't I feel sometimes we only see one aspect of God. I really do. And I don't know. I feel we all have a piece of the answer to God, so I would like to know what God really is. I feel his I mean I know it's not a he. I know that it's energy. I feel it's the energy and the Milky Way is God. I really feel that. And I don't know why, but I feel this way because I've been studying black holes for a year and I'm obsessed with them. All right, well, come visit me. I've been coming on here every day, and I actually have a whole Chong squad now of people that come and we talk about crazy shit every day. Yeah, I've done this before. And when I died, God told me I need to come back and help people. This is all the signs I get is I die, they paddle me, I get sick, and then I get way better. So I don't know. God is has me and God got issues. We need to put guidelines down. Now, well, I hope so. If not, I might have to put him on block. I don't know. Well, come visit me tomorrow, my dark friend. I got you. I know what your thumbnail looks like and all that now. You're the only one that uses that one. I've been seeing lots of different people over here, so, and a lot of different pictures. I don't know if I was. I haven't actually been on another person's live stream because I'd be doing so much shit. But are you still there, Rube? Let me see. Is Let's see here. All right, all these. I'm going back to the questions, and it says message restricted. So if you guys want to ask a question, all of them say restricted, and I don't know why it does that when you guys ask a question. I try to go back and it says restricted all the time. So I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead because it's been like 2 hours. It's like 8 o'clock, and I'm probably gonna go eat something. But I'm gonna go ahead and start my good night post and stuff, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I won't be doing a doggy stream because I only have one stream in me left when I'm at work. I can't be down the park for 3 hours and then do one of these. So I'll be here for a chat and terror stream. So I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Thank you for the conversation. And maybe I will ask God for a sign. Maybe my daughter in law will come up ill or something. I don't know. Or maybe she'll get a happy bug. But all I know is she's horrible sometimes. But thank you. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.